Blackburn
Enterprises.
Thank you for coming to our channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Back with a new movie review. I'm JB.
I'm Ken.
And today we're going to be reviewing
Emancipation.
Yes. Emancipation. Alright, this movie is directed by Antoine Fuqua.
Mm-hmm.
I know in previous movies he's directed, such as...
Did he direct 12 Years of Slavery?
No, he did not. No, he did not. But he did. He did direct Equalizer.
Equalizer, really?
Yes, with Denzel.
Interesting.
With Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. All right, get into those actors and actresses. This movie is starring Will Smith.
Yes.
Might know in previous movies such as
Everything.
Come on, give me.
He's
Don't give me an obvious one.
iRobot.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Okay, we'll take iRobot.
Okay. Is that all you want me to say?
Yeah, because we could be going for days.
For days.
For days.
Hours and hours.
Hours and hours. Shout out to the Money Long.
Money Long, yes.
You're going to say Mooney. All right. Also starting this movie, we have Ben Foster. Might know him in previous movies such as? Look at your face.
Was he in John Wick or no? No, I think everybody was in John Wick.
Yeah, I think you do. I think everybody's in John Wick.
Right,
but in one of the movies I really remember him in because the role he played in there was Alpha Dog.
Oh, okay. I hadn't seen it in a while, but they had Justin Timberlake.
They did have Justin Timberlake in there. Another movie he's in. it's a funny part, but do you remember the X-Men? Is it the last X-Men in the first X-Men trilogy? And you know he was getting his angels. He had the angel wings.
Yeah, he jumped out the window.
Yeah, that was him.
Oh wow! Because he was like, "Dad, I'm a mutant. Leave me alone.
You gotta let me fly on this one."
Yeah,
it's pretty much how he was acting.
What it was like.
Right. Yeah, that part is so comical to me. But
it is very funny.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into that plot.
So basically, this is loosely based on a true story of Peter. You may recognize him from pictures that you've seen with the slave with the whips all on his back. This is who he is. And he is basically trying to run away. Escape.
Flee.
Yes, because slavery has been...
ended.
What's the word?
Emancipation
Proclamation, right?
You know history.
Yes, I do. And
but
some people are not ready to let their slaves go.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, so we have the situation where, of course, when the Emancipation Proclamation that's passed by Abraham Lincoln, this is way back in the day. So the news is slowly but surely spreading, and of course, people are hesitant to try to let the slaves know that this has indeed passed. And so once the news gets out there and people start hearing, Peter makes up his mind that they're not gonna give him his freedom. And
Can't no one take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no. He gonna keep on moving. Okay, he's gonna keep on moving.
This guy, but yeah, he's gonna keep on moving. And he's trying to get to Abraham Lincoln and their army, so he can get to freedom.
Yes, and help his family get to freedom.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our likes.
I like that this movie was not your typical slave movie. You didn't see a whole lot of traumatic stuff happen. You did see a couple little things here and there and some implied situations, but not full on, oh my gosh, I hate everybody in the world. I want to blow up America.
All right. I agree. I think Hollywood is actually, listening, although we'll be remiss again to say that there is a relationship or a correlation between black people and not, caring for slave movies, because a lot of people don't want to be re-traumatized. And so I think the movie does do well in showing the times that they're in and what, black people had to go through and what slaves had to go through at that time, but not necessarily harping on that and more so focusing on the story of the main character, which is Peter. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other likes?
I like how this movie shows roles of some black people during slave times as well. Mm-hmm. Good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah, so, this is true.
I like that they shed light on that and showed you how, all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
This is true. All skin folk are not kinfolk, and it definitely shows that you have. And similar to, we haven't dropped that yet, but we talked about that a little bit when we in our series review on Kindred. There are different people that make certain decisions, and sometimes they feel like that's the only decision that they have. They feel like they don't have an array of decisions, and they're kind of boxed in, and they have to play these decisions, or not play these decisions, or make these decisions rather, because they don't have any choices, or they feel as if they don't have any choices. Mm-hmm. And so I think for us, sometimes I think it's easier to be like, oh, I would have did this, or I wouldn't have done that. But sometimes they don't have the knowledge, they can't see all the choices that they might have had. And so it does present or show those different places where people made those decisions that we might not be happy with, but when you're looking at it from a wider perspective, you can see why they felt like they didn't have any other choice.
Mm-hmm. One more, my last one that I was gonna say is I like how they use religion and show how slaves had to use religion, and sometimes they had a struggle or battle with religion throughout slavery.
Yes.
Because slave owners, of course, everybody knows they used religion to justify slavery, and then how some of us was able to flip it over and say, hey, there still is a God. That's
definitely controversial, and that especially there are some people who look at Christianity as like a downfall because they feel like people that own slaves, they use the Bible and use Christianity to try to keep slaves as subservient. And there are others who still held on to that belief that God still had their back and God was going to deliver them out of slavery. And so you see that you definitely see the clash into what people believe and why they believe.
Yeah.
Another thing that I do like is I think it'll be two things. One is Will Smith's portrayal of Peter, and he has an accent during this movie, and I think in some other movies, this accent or changing his voice. And I'm not one of those people who think that you have to change your voice in order to be like a great actor and what have you. I know a lot of people that do change their voices; they are good, but it's not necessarily a necessity. But he does do that, and I think that helps you buy into his character and who he is, and he totally transforms into this particular character.
I agree.
And in addition to his accent that he uses, it kind of flows into the characteristics of Louisiana. Louisiana is definitely a character in this movie when it comes to the bayou or the swamps or the grassland or the cinematography that is given during the movie. It definitely gives you Louisiana. So it gives you that overall spirit of where they were and the things they were going through when it comes to gators and the fears of getting ate up by a gator, those type of things, it definitely put Louisiana, at the forefront of your mind. So I definitely like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into those dislikes.
I just didn't like that it was in black and white sometimes. It made me feel like, but I think they were trying to go for this happened back in the day time, and if you was to watch a movie like this from those times, it would be in black and white.
I think
they try to set the time.
They set the tone, and I think how black and white it was, I feel like it kind of slowly, not necessarily progressed to like in color, but more thing. It wasn't as black and white, I guess, at the very beginning, and maybe showcasing, how things looked at the very beginning and how they end up looking. You know what I'm saying? Once he was able to get to where he was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll get to our favorite part of the show, the rating.
I'm gonna rate this movie a B+. I think it's a great movie. It's a good movie. The acting is phenomenal from Will Smith to Ben Foster as well. He played his role. Everybody did an excellent job. Like he said, the cinematography. They took you to the bayou. They took you to Louisiana where all this was going on, and they told a story that you may not be familiar with. So
I think I'm going to agree with her and go ahead and give it a B plus as well. As she said, the acting, Ben Foster did his thing. A lot of times he does play these roles where you root against him, and he just does that well. He plays an excellent villain in all the movies that he's in, and that's the case with this. And Will Smith, what can I say? He's doing his thing as usual. He's helping people. Just in case you forgot about how talented he is because of the controversy he went through, he's putting all that to rest because the boy can still act his ass off. Excellent job by Anthony Fuqua. Directing, like she pointed out, the cinematography and the movie definitely puts you in the vibe of you're in Louisiana, and giving us a little more perspective, or taking us to an extent of the life of Peter the slave and what he had to go to and trying to get to freedom.
Yeah.
All right, so if you want to go ahead and do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, bruh, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it, and you can see more videos like this one. And if you want to go ahead and do us another favor, you want to go ahead and hit that button that's shaped like a bell. If you want to go ahead and do that, you'll get notification
every time we drop a new video.
And if you want to go ahead and do us one more favor, if you want to go ahead and comment down below. And what should the comment?
What is your favorite Will Smith movie?
Okay,
Let's just keep it
simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Nice and simple. What is your favorite Will Smith movie?
Yes.
All right, we appreciate every single one of you. And I guess we'll holler at you.
Peace.